Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse kitchen. Today we are in a kitchen and we are making all sorts of chili products. The first we're gonna make, it's called fire water. It's my cold and flu remedy herbal cabinet ingredient. For this recipe we're going to use 3 ingredients. My raw apple cider vinegar we've made last year, 50 grams of organic homegrown garlic and 70 grams of fresh cayenne chili pepper. The other projects, freeze dryer just finished. I will take you back in a sec to show you when we remove the products. And we're going to make życiowa smoked paprika powder. So I've got the freeze-dried życiowa paprika pepper. We're going to use a coffee grinder and we're going to powder it, and that's it. Also, we've got the Christian yellow, the yellow chili, really spicy chili, freeze-dried chili as well. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to blend it with last year's in a coffee grinder again, and that goes back to this pot. Also, what else you got in here? Oh, we've got the sugar rush family. With the sugar rush family, we're gonna make a powder as well. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Let's get going. We are going to harvest the życiowa paprika pepper and we're going to make smoked paprika powder with. Also, I'm going to use up the chilies we've harvested not long ago, the sugar rush family, sugar rush red, peach and peach stripey, some cayenne pepper and Christian yellow, cut it in half on a freeze dryer tray, and I'm going to freeze dry those as well along with these. And with the życiowa pepper we're gonna put a little bit of a secret ingredient and make the best smoked paprika powder with. Our first job is to harvest these lovely peppers. Let's go to the kitchen, wash them and de-seed them a little bit, cut it in half and put it on a freeze dry. I probably use about half a tablespoon on this 1.5 trays and just rub it in, give it a good mix, and this can now go to the freeze dryer, and that little liquid smoke flavor transforms this pepper an amazing smoked paprika flavor. On to my next job. I was showing you the sugar rush family, the sugar rush peach, sugar rush stripey and sugar rush red. One is more spicy than the other. The prettiest looking one for sure is the stripey one. It just looks stunning. Now I have decided to put a rubber gloves on because it's not fun. Ask me how I know. You know, every time from now on I work with spicy chili peppers, I will put those gloves on. And I'm just going to lay them in nicely, flat, roughly the same sizes, remove the seeds and the stem and just half all those peppers, and that's ready to go. I am on to the next one. These are the cayenne chili peppers. So remember, we're going to powder all these, and honestly the end result is absolutely fantastic. They all got not just different flavor profile, taste different, but the color of these powders were different, you know, from the peachy color to the deep red. It just looks stunning on my pantry shelf or on a kitchen display, wherever I decide to put it. So I'm not too fussed if a little bit of this inside or a little bit few seed stays in there, because I can deal with the heat of the cayenne pepper. I've been growing the cayenne chili pepper for years. We're using it for the fire water, what we are going to make today as well, and powder it and fresh eat it. You know, I can deal with that cayenne chili pepper
heat. So the beans front of us there over there looks like just marbles, so beautiful. They are going to the freezer as well for 48 hours before we dry them again, and we're going to put them in jars. I'm on our last chili, what is one of the spiciest I grew this year. It's called the Christian yellow, that long yellow chili peppers. Make sure I'm taking these, got so many seeds in them, so I'll make sure I take most of them out, laying them nicely on that sheet. All these chilies now ready to go to the freezer for flash freeze, and then ready to go to the freeze dryer.
So I just washed these peppers. I'm going to cut them in half, take the seeds out. You don't need to be too accurate, just roughly, you know. I don't need gloves with this one because they are sweet peppers. Just take the stem, cut it in half and de-seed. So we need to fill just 1.5 tray full, so make sure we've got a whole freeze dryer full, so we can turn the freeze dryer on. I've got a medium freeze dryer with 4 trays, so I need to fill 4 trays. And that will take us a couple of days, and then we'll come back and then we're going to powder this. Well, actually, I need to put the secret ingredients on it now. Good job I remembered it. This liquid smoke, it just makes it that smoked paprika flavor. The chilies are done in a freeze dryer, so I'm just gonna take them out. Tray is still nice and warm. So these are the sugar rush families. That's the Christian yellow and the Życiowa paprika pepper. All these are the Życiowa paprika pepper. And then here we've got the cayenne chili pepper. So what I'm gonna do now, I am actually just stopped raining. I brought these plastic tops out because I need to transfer from one building to another building without getting wet. It just stopped raining, so I might risk it to take all this in a tray because we don't want this to get wet. So let's go back to the house and process all these lovely chilies. I am going to harvest some fresh cayenne chili peppers as well, because one of our project needs it. The first we're gonna make, it's called fire water. It's my cold and flu remedy herbal cabinet ingredient. For this recipe we're going to use 3 ingredients. My raw apple cider vinegar we've made last year, 50 grams of organic homegrown garlic and 70 grams of fresh cayenne chili pepper. The other projects, freeze dryer just finished. I will take you back in a sec to show you when we remove the products. And we're going to make Życiowa smoked paprika powder. So I've got the freeze-dried Życiowa paprika pepper. We're going to use a coffee grinder and we're going to powder it, and that's it. Also, we've got the Christian yellow, the yellow chili, really spicy chili, freeze-dried chili as well. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to blend it with last year's in a coffee grinder again, and that goes back to this pot. Also, what else you got in here? Oh, we've got the sugar rush family. With the sugar rush family, we're gonna make a powder as well. Right. This smoked paprika smells divine. So, before we're going to do this bit, first of all, I would like to start with the fire water. I am going to make the fire water in a quart jar. I've already labeled it, so I know what's in it. Because this will going to sit for 6 weeks on my kitchen counter, and I'm gonna stir or shake it daily before we strain it off and start to use it. So this is the easiest bit. We're going to put the 3 ingredients in a jar, and that's it. So I'm gonna start. I have peeled the garlic. Sometimes I don't peel it, just a little bit crush it and leave it. Actually, we can actually crush this garlic a little bit. Just more flavor will come out. We've got about 50-55 gram peeled garlic. I'm just gonna do it just like that. Don't have to do them all. That already smells gorgeous. Okay, the next ingredient is gonna be 70 grams of fresh cayenne chili. I'm just gonna take the stalks today, and I'm probably gonna actually half it. So just take all the stalks off, and then I'm just going to half these chili peppers roughly, and just put them in the jar. And the last ingredient is gonna be our raw apple cider vinegar, and we're just going to cover everything up. So we fill the jar, make sure everything is covered, put the lid back on, and our first job is done. It was so simple, and I will come back and show you the next step in 6 weeks time. And after 6 weeks, I'm just gonna strain this off and take a teaspoon a day as an immune booster, or if I feel a little bit under the weather, I will increase that. Okay, so we have got the ingredients, and now we're just going to pour the apple cider vinegar over. Okay, I think we're good. We're gonna shake this daily, and in 6 weeks time we are going to have a taste test, friends. Okay, we are ready to do our next job. So what we're gonna do, we're just going to half these peppers. They're nice and crunchy. Just literally came out of the freeze dryer, and using the coffee grinder, we're just going to powder it. And just like that, we have got smoked paprika powder. Smells divine. I'm just gonna carry on until all the życiowa pepper, this is a sweet pepper actually, just looks like a chili. And it's all done, and we're just going to put them in the jar. I have started with the not spicy one, and we're going to work towards the spicier. So next gonna be the cayenne pepper, so we can use the coffee grinder without needing to wash. And then the last one's gonna be the Christian yellow, because that's the spiciest. And this jar is my last year's życiowa smoked paprika pepper, so I'm thinking about
putting them together. Although this one is looking brighter, but I'm happy just to mix, so they all in one jar. And there is space in this jar. We just mix it together, and we've got plenty of this goodness. Look how beautiful this is looking. It smells absolutely gorgeous, smoky. And the liquid smoke. I am very happy with the result. Okay, what shall we do next? Let's do the cayenne. I really should start using gloves now. What I have decided to do, to again mix last year's cayenne pepper with this year's, so it's all in one jar. So we can put last year's in first, and this year's. Okay, so the cayenne is done. Next we do the sugar rush family. Sugar rush peach, red and stripy. Give this a good mix. Look how beautiful this is looking. And I've just labeled it as cayenne pepper 2024. But this is actually 2 years now. We'll remember that. Okay. This one says on the top what it is, but I'm probably gonna make another pretty label for it. Right. Let's do the sugar rush family next. This one started to clear in the airways out, friends. This is gonna be a yellowy color powder. Okay, I've got the Sugar Rush Chilli Family 2024 label. Let's see. Just a little bit more. Lovely color, orange color. Perfect. Just look really pretty. Look. And last, the Christian yellow. This is the spiciest. At this stage, I really should have used gloves now, friends. Okay, all done. So we've made 5 lovely products. First is the fire water, what I'm gonna keep shaking daily for 6 weeks. And then we've got the cayenne, chili pepper powder. We've got the Sugar Rush Chili Family. They all have different color. Honestly, so pretty. All 4 got different colors. I've got the 3 chilies, the Christian yellow, cayenne and the Sugar Rush family. And then we've got the sweet smoked paprika powder. So we are going away for a night. So what I'm preparing for that, we are taking butter. I took out from the freezer. We've done this in May this year. It's at the turkey breast in breaded. But actually, this one isn't in bread. This one is, let me just check. They are just turkey breast. So what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm glad I've noticed this. I'm gonna do it in breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna do the flour, egg and breadcrumbs mixture and get it ready. So I only need to cook it on a stove. So that's a job to do in a minute. I've got the
potatoes ready in here. I'm gonna make chips with it. And this morning I've done mayonnaise, so I'm just going to put it in these little tubs. So we're gonna have breaded turkey breast with chips and mayo. And also in that big pot behind me, I'm gonna do load of sweet corn just harvested yesterday, what is in here. And I might take a couple of those as well as a snack. And for breakfast, I'm gonna make a bread now and take some goat's cheese. Let me show you the goat's cheese, it's delicious. And take a garlic, do toast, garlic, goat's cheese and tomato. So it's like kind of like a tomato sandwich. I won't need to take all. I might just take this little bit. That's enough. And just swap this. Smells delicious. I just cover this with this and leave it on a kitchen counter. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today, making all these lovely peppers and chili pepper powder and fire water. I am next, probably I'm gonna do about 10-15 corn on the cobs, and then I've just put water, milk, bit of butter and salt in a pot behind me, and we're just going to make this lovely corn on the cob on it. So I hope you are having a fantastic week, and I hope your garden is doing really well. But for now, bye friends.